When a bag of chips just isn't gonna cut it, or you have some friends coming over later, here are some great recipes not just a stoner will love. It's My Stoner Munchies with your chef, Heidi.
Hi, welcome back to My Stoner Munchies. As promised, today we're going to make the Lardon. What does that involve? Well, bacon and cheese, two of my favorite things. What do you start out with? Well, first of all, I've got mashed potatoes. To make these, you probably want 5 or 6 medium-sized mashed potatoes, or to save time, you can do instant. But regardless, you want to season your mashed potatoes, so if you want to throw in some garlic or good seasoning here, throw in some adobo until it's got a little bit of a salty, garlicky taste. I also have some diced onions, as I said before, bacon, whole pound of it. Doesn't look like much, does it? And I also have some cilantro that I'm chopping up. Now, as far as the bacon, you can also save time if you want to go ahead and get the pre-cooked bacon. But I'm going to take my mashed potatoes. I already added some cheese. You can use the Mexican cheese, or you can use cheddar, mozzarella. Yeah, that's Mexican cheese. Whatever cheese you like. We're going to add some cilantro, some diced onions, and our bacon, and stir it all up. Now, I already have my griddle warming up so I can get these burrito shells soft. But if you don't have a griddle, I suppose you could always use the old-fashioned way and use the microwave. So what I want to do is I just want to throw it on the griddle real quick, get it soft. Just wait a second till it bubbles on one side. Here we go. So we're going to throw some of the mashed potato mix onto here and roll it up like a burrito. And you're going to want to pin it. You have either metal skewers, or I have these wooden kebabs that I kind of chop down a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to deep fry this like a chimichanga. So I'm going to put it in Willie. Yes, I named my deep fryer Willie because you know what? He's really fried. Always is. Now, while that's turning a nice golden brown, why don't we catch a buzz?
Oh, sorry. Caught me eating some of Heidi's homemade banana cream pie. Oh, the meringue is so delicious, but sorry, none of that for you. So, welcome to A Buzz. It's a news and interview show about the stoner world and the weed legalization movement here in the United States, right smack dab in the middle of a cooking show. Who would have thought? So, while Heidi is off giving us all a Lardon, I'm going to catch you up on what's all a buzz in the world. And, excuse me a second. Let me wash that down a little bit. In fact, one of the things around here at my Stoner Munchies kitchen is everything is approximate, including the measurements. So if you wake up one day and you just don't happen to have a clean measuring cup, or like me when I was younger and singler, you had one of these things lying around. So you do know that the lines on here mean something if you've got the right brand cup. So the very short one is about an ounce, the middle one is about 5 ounces, and the very top is about 12 ounces, and you know approximately how much you can put into any of these recipes or into yourself. It depends on what you're doing. Okay, what are we talking about today? First of all, have you seen some of this in the news? Let's talk about the DEA has bought 20 times more marijuana than they usually do during the course of the year for research. That's what they're saying anyways. I think that it's just a big party at the White House and nobody really wants to talk about it. Anyways, the story is on the Blaze. Imagine that. Great story. Thanks, guys. Also coming from Alternate. Have you seen some of the stories, again, the propaganda out there that people are talking about? Oh, marijuana use, too much marijuana use causes heart attacks and strokes and things of the cardiovascular. Guess what? Once again, the research is flawed. Here's some of the, by the way, here's some of the headlines from Fox News. Marijuana use may lead to heart attack complication, death study says. Los Angeles Times. Potential for heart attack, stroke risk seen with marijuana use. Once again, it's this study that somebody gets a hold of in the mainstream media. They don't do any research into it whatsoever. It gets completely blown out of proportion. What has to happen? Websites and other real journalists like Alternate here, .org, and coming out with stories. This is what the problem with the research was. Once again, faulty research. Marijuana use does not cause heart attack and all that other extra, the cardiovascular extracurricular activity, if that's what you want to call it. And last but not least, one of our favorite celebrities. In fact, how appropriate that you met Willie the Friar tonight. Did you know Willie Nelson turns 81? And he is still kicking ass. In fact, on his 81st birthday, and I've got to read this to make sure I get it right, he received his 5th degree black belt in the martial art of Gong Quan Yu Sol. Willie Nelson at 81, of course, one of the world's most famous stoners. It's something he talks about all the time. In fact, just read his one of his autobiographies. His latest came out last year called Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I'm Gone, or When I'm Dead, I'm sorry. It's kind of a rambling piece, but it really, you get into the brain of Willie Nelson and some of the things that he has done with his lifetime. So, thank you, hightimes.com, for that story as well. So I want to make sure, yes, you're looking at me between two computer monitors here as I make sure I've got all my notes. Okay, that's going to do it for this edition of A Buzz, but before we get back to Heidi giving us that Lardon, we are going to throw something into a blender in slow motion.
All right, let's see how we're doing. Nice. All right, always remember, pull the skewer out. You don't want a surprise. And what I like to do, you can top it with some sour cream. I've got some chives from my herb garden and maybe some diced tomato. So here we go, the Lardon. Typically, depending on how big you make your burritos, it'll make about 6 to 8. So I hope you enjoyed this show. Cheers.